Hello, the fellow youths. This is Karl Marx for the Teen Vogue magazine. This month I tell you about the Hailey Bieber lip balm, the Selena Gomez outfits, the TikTok cinnamon oil beauty. And don't forget to see the means of production, fellow youths. Oops, how did that get in there? Never mind. Can anyone lend Karl Marx some money? I don't like the work. Hey, welcome in. Well, this story beautifully explains why the least safe place to be, if you're a wokist, is next to other wokists, all right? When you get into bed with these people, that is the least safe place you can be. The nature of, this far leftist movement that has critical race theory and intersectionalism and just general wokeism, the nature of it is inherently divisive. Everything is split up. Everybody is split up into oppressed and oppressor. And there's no in between. When you get into bed with these people, that is the least safe place you can be because their ideology is voracious. They have to keep finding whatever it is that they can use to virtue signal for themselves. And they don't need somebody to be actually guilty. And their friends, their family will do just as well as anybody. In fact, in a sense, it's even more virtuous, isn't it? So in the woke whodunit, spoiler alert, you did. Every time. Just going to interrupt for 1 second to say, if you like this content, subscribe so you can see more. Thanks a lot. But anyway, in this story, we see a couple of different ways that the left is managing to eat itself. Here's the headline. Ulta Beauty suspends 7-figure ad deal with Teen Vogue over new editor-in-chief's past racist tweets. Alexi McCammond was previously an Axios political reporter. So anyway, let's see what's going on here. So let's see. The magazine's new editor-in-chief was accused of writing racist tweets a decade ago. So again, I just have to restate that you get into bed with the woke, they don't forget and they don't forgive. And believe me, Teen Vogue is woke. They're very woke, and I'm going to show you just how woke they are in a little bit. But first, let's continue here. Let's see. She apologized, the editor-in-chief, for the now-deleted anti-Asian tweets she posted as a teen, writing things like she didn't want to wake up with, quote, swollen Asian eyes. Oh, dear. Now, I just want to say, she did write some really stupid things. No question about it. But she was also a teenager. I mean, there has to be some kind of forgiveness for people, right? For things they do when they're teenagers. Your brains aren't even fully developed yet. Anybody who were to tell me, that they're not a communist now, but 10 years ago when they were 16, they were, I'm going to say, good for you. You grew up. You grew up. Good for you. I'm not going to say, no, you're guilty forever. I can never talk to you. You can't ever work again. In fact, I want you to be homeless. No, teenagers think stupid things, and you have to forgive them. We have to have second chances. You have to have empathy. You have to have redemption. In other words, you have to be the opposite of woke. But anyway, so Ulta Beauty said, diversity and inclusion are core values at Ulta Beauty. So they're woke. And always have been. Our current spend with Teen Vogue is paused as we work with Condé Nast to evaluate the situation and determine next steps regarding our partnership. So what have you got? You've got an insanely woke and actually communist or at least, Marxist publication. And I've got the receipts for this. We're going to get to it in a second. Let's see. And they hired somebody from Axios, which is left-leaning. And then it turns out that she did something a decade ago that definitely wasn't woke. So she's got to go. The staff, actually, 20 staff members, I think, are petitioning to have her removed for something she did when she was a teenager. So then you've got Ulta Beauty, who's woke, who's now virtue signaling because there's somebody that was hired at Teen Vogue who said things that weren't woke a decade ago. And, of course, can never be forgiven for that. So, yeah, this is what you get. Again, this is why I say you're not safe around. If you're woke, stay away from woke people because they're your worst enemy. But anyway, Teen Vogue. So they're pulling their 7-figure ad deal with Teen Vogue, Ulta, over this editor-in-chief, something she did 10 years ago. Well, let's take a look at some of the stuff she's been putting out there. Let's see. Here's Harry and Meghan. If a black princess isn't safe in Britain, who is? Okay. So I think she was perfectly safe in Britain. I think she was one of the top 100% of safest people in Britain. Okay? I know she said that, and I don't believe anything they said, by the way, either. Okay, that somebody was questioning her on how dark the skin of Archie was going to be. Well, if Archie's skin turned out to be the same shade as Meghan's, everybody would assume he was white, right? So I'm not sure I believe any of that. I'm just saying I had no idea that she wasn't even white for a long time. You could tell me Spanish, I'd say like from Spain. I'd say, okay, I can see that. But anyway, this seems to be totally hyperbolic and insane. What else have we got here? Well, that's the sort of thing you'd expect in a fashion magazine for teenage girls, okay? Hailey Bieber's go-to lip balm. Okay, yeah, again, that makes sense. Selena Gomez gave her all-black outfit a pop of neon. Again, okay, a fashion magazine for teen girls. All makes sense. Scott Walker, thanks for making me a union activist. What? Scott Walker, thanks for making me a union activist. Top of mind for all teenage girls looking for fashion advice. I'm imagining. I mean, they must know. Okay, this doesn't really fit at all. So, what is this? Is this just propaganda? Is this just propagandizing teenage girls? I would say probably yes. In fact, and actually, let's take a little bit of a stroll back through time. Not very long ago, I did a video on this one as well because it just seems so damn insane. This was from Teen Vogue. Is that a picture of Karl Marx? Yes, it is. What's that doing there? Well, let's see. They've got a whole article here in Teen Vogue. Who is Karl Marx? Meet the anti-capitalist scholar. Oh, what? I know. I actually did an entire video on this, and I still can't believe it. The communist scholar's ideas are more prevalent than you might realize. And this is a glowing article on Karl Marx. Karl Marx in Teen Vogue. So what do we have? We have Hailey Bieber's go-to lip balm, and also become a communist, right? This strikes me as the sort of thing that any kind of ethical company would see as questionable. Apparently, not a problem. This was from May 10th, 2018. So Ulta Beauty, had no problem with this. Which, this should be the thing they're concerned about. They should see this and go, oh, wait a second. Maybe we don't want to be associated with communism. But I guess maybe the kids are loving communism these days, so I guess so. I guess that's just fine now. So I guess you know which lip balm to stop and pick up on your way to sign up for the Red Guards. If you're a teen girl, you know. So as you can see, this is just a weird dystopian mess, this whole thing. So what's the message here? Stay away from woke people, woke companies if you can. I mean, that's if you just want to have like a nice life, right? If you want to be able to trust the people around you. If you want to be able to make mistakes and grow as a person, and have that as being like a benefit to your growth as a human being, as opposed to just dooming you forever. Because 20-somethings at the office will get 30 seconds of pleasure from seeing you destroyed and then bragging about it on social media. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. If you just like to listen, there's the podcast Radio Baloney. It's on pretty much every platform. If you look for it, you will find it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.